Hey guys, so tonight we're talking about German unification. And so the last video in this unit, so unit 8, and you can see our SOL below SOL 8D on the unification of Germany. So let's go ahead and jump into our video, so it can be another short one tonight. So German unification, let's set the stage first. From 1815 on to this point, Germany has been the German Confederation. So that's the 39 independent states that are loosely tied together in this concept of the German Confederation, but they are still independent states. So there's 39 independent German states. Prussia emerges as the strongest one of these German states, and they really lead the German unification movement. So it emerges to unify Germany for a couple of reasons. First, they have a very large German population. So think back to nationalism and those ideas of nationalism and being loyal to your nation and those that have the same culture and background as you. Prussia had an extremely large German population, so there was a lot of people who could buy into that concept of nationalism. Second, Prussia was a huge military strength, or had a huge military strength. They had a great military. They had a big military compared to the rest of Germany, or the German states at this point in time. So those gave them two advantages to be the one who really leads the way for German unification. There are some other factors that come into play with Prussia as well. The most important being Otto von Bismarck, who is the man who really leads this movement for German unification. So he was a Junker. That's how you say that word. That looks like Junker, but it's really a Junker. Junkers were really strong conservatives who were usually wealthy and land-owning, and that's what Bismarck was. He was a Junker, and he was appointed prime minister in 1862. And he was appointed prime minister so that he could really take control of what was happening in Prussia and Germany and really make a difference there. And so he, as soon as he is appointed to be prime minister, he begins practicing something that's called Realpolitik. And what that is, you can see it down there, it's spelled kind of funny, Realpolitik. It is the idea of tough power politics, so really hard-handed, heavy-handed politics with no room for idealism or novelty, really. So it is using any means necessary politically to achieve your goals, and that's what Otto von Bismarck did. He was going to do anything it took to unify Germany under him. So this is what he does this is what he uses, this concept of Realpolitik, to achieve German unification. And under him, he unifies northern Germany. He does this with a couple of things. One, that strong military that I just mentioned. So through his military strength and winning battles and winning wars, he is able to unite northern Germany. Also, he uses the concept of nationalism. Like we just talked about, he's able to get people to buy into that idea that they should support their nation, those people who have this common culture and heritage and history and background, and they should all unite together under this concept of nationalism. So he, using these methods, is able to unite northern Germany. Now we'll see in this map on the next slide what was facing him after that. So first, it's important to notice that the blue on the top of your map, that bright blue on the top that's kind of on the left and right side of the German Confederation, which is outlined in that really dark black line, that is Prussia. So Prussia was kind of split down the middle. Well, Bismarck was able to unite all of that northern part of Germany so that really Prussia was controlling everything, and their two parts of the German Confederation were united at this point. So next comes the Franco-Prussian War. So this is really the last step, or the final stage of the unification of Germany. So the Franco-Prussian War was between 1870 and 1871. Bismarck at this point was able to unify all of northern Germany, but the southern parts of Germany were still holding out. And so in order to get the southern parts of Germany to join in and unite with the northern parts of Germany, Bismarck manufactures or creates a conflict between France and Prussia. So he just invents, and kind of through the rumor mill is able to create this conflict, and France and Prussia go to war over this. So Bismarck's thought was that if I can get a foreign power to invade and fight against us in Prussia in the northern parts of Germany, the southern people are going to join in our fight, aid us in our fight, and then we'll be unified. We can unify ourselves under this common goal and this common foe. And so that was his idea. So this is his attempt to gain the Southern support, and he really plays on those feelings of nationalism, that the people in the South have a common heritage, culture, a background and history as the Prussian and the people of northern Germany, and that's why they should come to their aid, and that's why they should unite under northern Germany, and they should all unite together. So like I said, that's the final stage of unification, and it works. The southern parts of Germany end up joining in with Prussia in the north and fighting against the French. And after this, they unify. After the war, they unify under Prussia. And so Wilhelm I, who was the king of the Prussian part of Germany, he is crowned Kaiser or Emperor of all of Germany, and the German Empire emerges. They named their German Empire, which is the unified Germany essentially that we know today, the Second Reich. The First Reich was the Holy Roman Empire, and you might be familiar with that concept because the Third Reich was under Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler. So they named this new German Empire the Second Reich. And it's important because after this German unification, Germany and Britain emerge as the two great powers in Europe. So Germany and Great Britain are the two economic and political powers in Europe. Germany has a really strong army, they have a good, strong economy at this point, and they have a really strong sense of nationalism that's uniting these different parts of Germany. So that is what we need to know about the German unification. Just always remember that Otto von Bismarck is the man who really spearheaded this movement for German unification. He was the Prime Minister of Prussia. So that is our last video on this unit on politics in Europe in the 19th century, and we will talk about this a little bit more in class tomorrow. Thank you.